Brahmaivedam amritam purastat Brahma paschat Brahma dakshina taschontarena adhyascho dhvam cha prasritam Brahmaivedam vishwamidam pratishtham varishtham. So this mantra, last mantra of this section, he says, verily all this is immortal. The Brahman, the reality. Brahman is in front and behind. Brahman is on the right and on the left, above and below. All pervading. This world is indeed the supreme Brahman. Varishtham. Brahmaivedam amritam purastat. Brahma paschat. Brahma dakshinataschottarena. Which means it is in the front, it is behind, it's on the right or the left, it is below, it is above. Adaschodhvam cha prasrutam. All pervading. Brahmaivedam vishwamidham varishtham. Idam. This world that you experience is Brahman. Verily, this is immortal. Brahman is everywhere. So here he's just trying to take the absolute stance of Advaita, where he says Brahman alone is. Everything, the front, the back, at the left, at the right, at the top and below is only Brahman. If you'd see anything other than Brahman, it is your own ignorance. It is your own avidya. It is illusion. Nothing else is. I'm reminded of a simple story. There was a pujari, there was a very elderly person who had no shelter. So he used to use the temple board as his place to rest at night. The whole day he used to go out, talk to some people, and at night the community had allowed him to seek shelter in the temple. So he used to rest there. Next morning, he would go out and come back, and people will give some prasad, he'll eat, and he would carry on. There's nothing else he had interest in. But one day when the pujari came, early in the morning, he saw the Swami unmindful of where his feet was. He was sleeping right outside the sanctum sanctorum, and his feet was actually pointing towards the deity. And the pujari took offense, and in fact, the feet was touching the other offerings and the instruments that are used, for worshiping the Lord. So the pujari was so offended, and he instantly called the committee and said, "Look at this man, what he's doing." He was very angry, and the committee also was very angry. We allowed you to sleep. How can you be disrespectful to the Lord? How can you do this? And there was a lot of furor. The Swami was quietly listening to all this drama these people said. To which he said later on, he said, "Can you tell me where should I point my feet?" They didn't understand. What do you mean? Where to point the feet? There's the Lord there. We're telling you not to point the feet there. Where is he not? Can you please tell me? And that day they woke up to the reality. Where is there no Lord, man? I plant a Lord there and say, Lord only abides there, and that is the Lord's abode. It is my foolishness. That is what he's saying. It is above, it is below, it is to the left, to the right, it is the back and the front. Brahman is everywhere. The world is indeed the supreme Brahman. Brahmaivedam vishwamidham varishtham. This world, Vishwam, this world is supreme Brahman. So therefore, try as much as possible not to hate the world, because you're only hating indirectly Brahman. Love it in every form. Don't get caught up in the names and forms, but in some way, if you can try and love the world, irrespective of what the world does to you, love the world, maybe it'll get you to get to Brahman. Otherwise, the very same world will become a thorn in your flesh. You will start cursing it, blaming it, your blood will boil at it, and then you will suffer. Why should you go through all that? Don't develop mental blisters. Hmm. So this ends the part 2. And when we come back next, we will get on with the 3rd chapter of the same text, the final chapter.